Championship Wrestling presents Japan Super Show 2. Sting and the Great Muta face the Steiners in an unforgettable action-packed match. Plus, the return of the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes. Japan Super Show 2, only on pay-per-view.
All right, so, you heard the intro, Japan Super Show 2, yada, yada, but let's get into the real deal here, Holyfield, which is jacking it till you need a carpal tunnel thing on your wrist. Go ahead.
Okay, so on occasion, if you ever lucky enough to see a picture of me, I may be wearing a black strap,
Nice.
a strap on my wrist, and so I started having. I wasn't working for a while, right? We know that, and so sometimes you got a lot of time on your hands, literally. So those things happen too, right? But all of a sudden, I started experiencing this sharp pain in my left wrist, right at where it joins, where the hip bone connected to the wrist bone or whatever. And I had this issue, and all of a sudden, you start kind of going through things, and you're just like, am I overworking that muscle? And here's the thing. It's not something you need to be ashamed of because people are supposed to work out muscles. You do bicep curls.
Yeah, brother.
You do. We'll get back to this in a second too. Bicep curls. You do squats.
Yeah.
Sometimes you do peenie pulls. And in the peenie pull, sometimes
Pud pulls.
you got to exercise that muscle because it does. It helps you with stamina when it's time. So you got to practice to be ready for the main event. And so that's what you try to make sure you do. So I went to a doctor, right? Went to a wrist guy.
Yeah.
And he sees what he sees so often. I'm like Popeye over here with my left hand, apparently. And they take the x-ray and all that. And I'm like, this dude's gonna come back in this you jerk off too much, bro. That's what happens. And you're not even lefty doing it. God. I mean, that's how I'm ambidextrous. I got OCD. So I got to do everything even. So you do it with this hand for 5 minutes, you do it with that hand for 5 minutes. So I try to balance it out, right? And I went to the doctor and he did an x-ray, and apparently the true cause of the pain was the outside bone of my wrist is a little too long. Gotcha. And it rubs, and that's what causes it. And I need to get a shot every once in a while. So I need to get back for a shot, but also
sick.
So I switched hands. I'm much more of a right-handed hitter now. It used to be used to be left hand for contact and right hand for power. Yeah. And so now I'm really going more of the right-handed power route.
Dude, that yeah.
Wait, Trups, I do need to talk to you about something real fast, man.
Yeah.
There's something I've noticed has been affecting our show lately.
Okay.
And I do want to tell you, man, I love you. Yeah. And I need you to get off the steroids. Real champions don't need steroids. Take it from me and my 47-inch pythons. You do not need steroids.
Yeah.
And I would never associate with anybody unless say have them for cheap or something. We got a lot of fun stuff, I think, for this episode. We got a lot of steroid talk. WCW is all on the anti-steroid train. It's great.
It's fucking ridiculous. This was really insane to get through, to be honest. In a good way for once. I was like, man, these shows kind of rule. The shit that sucks is minimized, and the shit, dude, I have 16 pages. 16 pages of notes. How insane is that? That doesn't even make sense. And that's where we're at, man. And
it's good stuff.
I started right where you told me to, that 3-1 main event, brother. Oh my God. This was so insane. For one, there's literally, we'll go through it, but I swear off the top of my head, there was 3 matches.
Yeah, maybe 3. Yeah, it was 3 matches, but all with George South wasn't an opponent.
No.
And so it was about as close as I can get to excitement for 3-1. It didn't feel as good as that one episode we experienced a year and a half ago, show wise. But this one was maybe like Sting winning, I almost felt like a new era. It did feel like we really like, oh, they almost have an idea, it seemed. And basically the idea is just the Dangerous Alliance runs roughshod over everyone. That is basically what just the idea is. Yeah, and I'm here for it, really.
Absolutely. The idea is, oh shit, the Four Horsemen like got stale in and of themselves, but the move is being fucking killer heel runs everything. That's the move. They knew that, so they just had to mix it up. And Paul E, you know, his whole thing about like they fucking censored me, like there's just shoot to that. They really were like, we don't know about this guy, and he used that as an angle, and it's the whole thing until the very end of his WCW career. And this is hot. This is like the coolest thing they've had going on in a long time.
Yeah, I mean, and I think, I guess probably here's an important thing to say is, and we've been discussing how it's hard to find the Saturday nights.
Yes.
And maybe, not watching the Saturday nights and watching a main event instead is like, oh, this is like the good stuff. Even worldwide, you're like, oh, this is the shit they sent to like Canada or England or whatever, So you're like, oh, they're going to try to put their best foot forward in those situations, as opposed to Saturday night where they're just like, oh, who's down at the bar? Who's available to come in and do a match real fast?
Well, we figured out pretty quick that it was fucking pretty often where it would be an angle from fucking Worldwide would just be on WCW, So it's like, okay, we're just getting Worldwide refurbed to us for WCW on the TV. For a very long time, like, they didn't care about the cable show, I think. They were just like, it's TBS. So like, yeah, I mean, fuck, we'll get to it. The huge angle of this watch through, the big shocking, like, wow, we're making a new guy, happened on Worldwide. The big...
We talked last time?
The big...
Greg Valentine showing up.
Oh, God, yeah. But I just mean, like, we'll get to this one where it was the big Vader push happens on Worldwide initially. So...
Yeah, I did not touch Saturday night. So whatever was happening there, I don't know.
Dude, I watched a lot of Saturday night. That's the best part about this. This will be like, we're going to be piecing things together, because there's certain things where I'm like, what the fuck do you mean Greg Valentine and Taylor Made won the fucking US tag belts? That must have been on one of those shows.
Yeah, like you said, he showed up and also like, oh, okay, cool, they're champs. And yeah. I at this point, I think we're good without the U.S. Tag Team Championships.
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's kids. I just don't like it.
No.
The 3-1 show, we get Vinny Vegas is now rolling with Harley.
Yes,
like they just swept Lex out and just moved like pieces in. We moved on. Vinny Vegas is now with Harley.
Yeah,
he's taking a Big Josh.
This sucked.
And Big Josh seems like hungover or something. Like he seems angry. He does not seem like, as he walks to the ring, he does not seem like a face. I'm like, yeah, but heel turn. I'm like, no, he's taking a Vegas. I'm like, what's going on? But yeah, he just looks like he's hungover, and like he got, again, they had to drag his ass in here after a bender or something.
Yeah.
Match ends with a glass to the head. I'm always a fan of that move.
Absolutely.
So that was a good time, and then we get our first stay off steroids message, and this is from, the person you'd expect to give you a stay off steroids message, Arn Anderson.
Your dad, Arn Anderson.
Yeah. The guy with zero muscle tone is telling me I don't need to do steroids, and I'm here to believe him. Really, I think I got to take his word for it. All you need is a Michelob Light.
Oh fuck, yeah. Or how about Keystone Dry? I saw that ad about 74 times through this watch through, I was like, oh my God, Keystone Light was worse. It was bad enough for me growing up. So the kids in the early 90s are drinking Keystone Dry. Oh God.
Oh my God. That dry beer period.
What was that, man?
What a stupid concept.
So dumb, man. But yeah, so Arn told us fuck steroids, and then immediately the Birds show up with JR, and there isn't a ladder we haven't climbed drunk, says Jimmy Jam. This is off the rails.
Kids stay off steroids, but kids, folk Coke and grain alcohol are highly recommended.
Hell yeah, brother.
I wrote down, has Jimmy Garvin been replaced? Like it looks like it looks like yeah, like a Weekend at Bernie. They just got to cover up in somebody like the fake Melania that existed during the first term. It's like that. There's like a fake Jimmy Garvin because that dude, he has changed dramatically. His change is only behind Scott Steiner's for how bloated and he seems out of his gourd at all times. And like,
it's not a good change either, by the way. It's like, ooh.
PS has been saddled with this baggage for like 3 years. Like when did we start? 88?
Yeah.
And we only got the good Freebirds for like the first 9 months, maybe.
That was it, man. It was like 89.
And the rest of the existence of the Freebirds for us has been fucking Jimmy Garvin, Michael Hayes, and maybe Bad Street. And I just feel bad for him, man. I just feel bad for him. Like, terrible. All the heavy lifting.
It's fucking horrifying. And then Missy Hyatt's going to tell like it is on the hotline tonight. I wrote that down in all caps. And then we have, like we didn't have enough of them, a Freebirds match, and it's with Richard Morton and Thomas Rich, which, again, didn't they say fuck you to each other like 2 weeks ago? Do I have amnesia, or does fucking K. Allen Fry?
Okay. I might have this here. I have what's happening with this tag team.
Okay.
Yes, we get the Freebirds, we get Jimmy and Michael, and yes, we get Thomas and Richard. The one thing I wrote about Thomas was I like his look. I actually like his new look. And with Richard Morton, his mullet is just glorious, right? And I'm like, how much time does it take him to prepare that before a match? But I'm just wondering if like Richard's mullet was like 150% like as good as his mullet has been previously, and Richard just doesn't recognize Thomas Rich because he's changed so much visually, so they don't really know who they're tagging with. And I kind of remember you, maybe like I think we had a good time once, and they're just tagging together by accident. But yeah, if we're listening to the logic of the show, I think a bunkhouse battle royal with Big Josh, I believe, is where they broke up. And we were like, when did everybody change sides and get mad at each other? So it's the weird thing is, it's the tailor-made man, Terry Taylor's out there. He's not part of the York Foundation anymore. But he's with Greg Valentine, apparently, for whatever reason. And then we get Thomas and Richard, and the York Foundation doesn't exist anymore. But yeah, like they're just like two, the magnets, they're like MC Scat Cat and Paula Abdul, if I can. Opposite the track. And they're just pulled together. But yeah, I like the Thomas Rich look. Like my opinion of Thomas Rich has turned entirely, and Richard's mullet was fucking glorious in this match. And the reason why it's so glorious is he wrestles for like 14 minutes, and it's just the same. And that's why we have the Ozone the way it is, and then it ends up with a roll of DDT, which is pretty cool, actually.
It was cool.
Okay, so that match ends. And then we hit our commercial break.
Here we go, man.
And brother, I got some shit to talk about here.
Yeah, me
First
too.
thing I got to talk about is the movie they're shoving down our throat is Gladiator.
Oh my God.
Now, no, not the Russell Crowe one with Ridley Scott. The movie Gladiator, starring James Marshall from Twin Peaks and Cuba Gooding Jr. from Boys in the Hood. Also, Brian Dennehy is the main villain. I loved this movie in my younger days. And this movie taught me something that I don't know as a fact, but I have accepted it as a fact since I was 14 years old. And that fact is top of the head, hardest part of the body. Because that's part of the plot point in the movie is he punches the guy. I think he punches Brian Dennehy in the head or something. And like he hits him, like breaks his hand or something. He goes, top of the head, hardest part of the body. And at the end, when James Marshall wins, I think it's James Marshall or Cuba Gooding. I don't remember who wins. I ain't watching that shit again. I know it's not good. At the end, he's like, top of the head, hardest part of the body. So if I went on like Jeopardy, I would answer that question that way because I learned it from this movie, but I don't know that it's true.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say I have basically been taught that it is indeed the hardest part of the body, as far as I'm aware.
But did your family learn that from the movie Gladiator? That's what you had to find out.
Maybe
now,
because
right?
I did remember watching this movie when I saw the ad. I was like, I do remember watching this. This is crazy. And I was a small child.
Cuba Gooding did Boys in the Hood, right?
Yeah.
And then he did like a bunch of shit. He did Gladiator and he did Judgment Night, which were two of the shittiest movies from this era. Judgment Night, amazing soundtrack. And then came back and showed him the money and got an Oscar. But really, I mean, this is kind of more like the outlier for his career. But yeah, he just did some shit during his period. Okay, next up.
Yeah.
The Noxzema commercial. Now, this is timely.
This about?
Do you know why this is timely?
No. What was the deal with this?
Okay. The Noxzema girl, her name was Rebecca Gayheart. And she was just beautiful. She was in these commercials and she splashed water in her face. And there were my friends all having crushes on her. She had this long curly hair. Remember one of the guys, went to New York and met her and all that. And it's a big deal for him. And but yeah, she's kind of this beautiful girl. She became an actress. She was in the movie Valentine. She may have also been in the movie Urban Legend. Okay. But just a beautiful girl.
Yeah.
She married Eric Dane, who is McSteamy from Grey's Anatomy, and who tragically passed away last week from ALS.
Oh, okay.
And so it was just this weird, and there's a few things like this. It was just this weird thing of like this commercial popping up like the day after he passed away.
It's
I think
weird.
It's when I was watching it. Yeah, so this kind of had that weird confluence of events, and so I was like, "Oh, that's weird." It's a Noxzema ad, and then the third ad is the Carrie Jacobson milk ad.
Weird, so weird.
It is the creepiest fucking thing. So I played it. And rewound it because I'm like, what did I just watch? Like, and I think it's probably already been on at one point, and I just didn't really pay attention. I really listened to it. And this guy's like, I love Carrie Jacobson. It's her smile, beautiful skin, her eyes, the way her ass just bounces a quarter off of it, the way her armpits smell after gym class. Like, it's just like this creepy stalker guy. Yeah. And I'm literally like, who's Carrie Jacobson? And I even tried to look it up, and I didn't really find anything except for like this ad. And I was like, is she an Olympian? Is she like a model? Or is she just like the girl down the block who this dude's like stalking? It was so creepy that after I played it for my wife, she asked me to check in on your wife because of what's going on in the world. That's how much this ad hit my wife when I played it for her. She's like,
weird.
I feel yucky after watching that. Yeah. Weirdest fucking commercial, and just kind of that 80s guy, like women, property, my thing. It was so weird. But yeah, the ads were really top tier this time. Also, my cousin Vinny. Also,
my cousin Vinny. Yeah. Fuck yeah, that was great. What was another one? Oh, by the end of the watch through, you got White Man Can't Jump. Started getting ads.
Oh,
yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
for the TBS side, yeah, and that was awesome. Fucking Three Musketeers. I was like, oh my god. So yes, this was great.
It's so like the movie ones are great because also like the ads are so different than they are nowadays.
Yeah.
He's a guy from Beverly Hills. She's a woman from Florida. What do they do when they meet up? Well, it's like it's like that's not how they do the ads anymore. For the My Cousin Vinny one is so old school for how the ad is.
I love how we're talking about ads because one ad was really fucking stupid, and that was an ad for SuperBrawl the day after it happened on this show.
Yes.
And I went, wow.
And the thing was, they weren't even pimping it as a replay.
No, it was just
they were. I honestly, you know what it is? I think Leap Day broke their brains because it was on Leap Day, and they were like, we don't know what the fuck to do. 3-1. Are we going to do 3-1 or 228? I guess we go 3-1, guys.
Yeah, fuck it.
Because part of me was like, are they pimping the replay? But they never talk about like call up and get a replay. They're just like, no, it's just this time, bitch. It was 24 hours ago. Hope you showed up.
Psych, bitch. Oh, I guess you get the replay, bitch. Oh wait, it's Sunday.
Other thing we get here too is we get a Dustin Rhodes versus Cactus Jack.
This ruled. This was great.
It's great. And this is where they go, oh, we have 3 new champs. And you're like, 3 new champs? And that's when they mentioned Valentine and Taylor as new champs. They're like, oh, yeah, they won them in Birmingham or something. I don't know, whatever. They just do that. But 2, and I'm watching this and like, 2 future WWE talents who are going to be like super successful and get them out. So,
yeah. The only other thing, the last segment of this show, you want to talk about creepy, dude. Especially with, let's just say, the files that have been released. At the end of the day, the finishing segment of the main event show of 3-1 is JR and Shivani patting Missy Hyatt on the head like a little girl and going, honey, it's okay. Yeah, no one's going to take, literally Shivani at one point looks at her and goes, no one's going to take your little bitty show and your segment away. Don't worry. And I got the skeevies because I was like, dude, that is just how the people that ran the world in 1992 thought. There's no like, that's not Dusty by himself. That's everyone fucking signed off on that, like everyone was just chill with it. They were like, yeah, the chick gets to me and we just put her in her place. It's like, wow, man.
She's the sexy one we get to demean, and then Missy gets to demean Medusa for being ugly, and Medusa gets to abuse every guy's nuts on the roster.
Yeah, exactly. She wants to blow all of us, even though she definitely doesn't want to blow all of us because she's fucking Jason Hervey, who's actually successful in Hollywood. Anyway, like it matters anyway. But so this is where I think we diverged, because then I jumped into the Saturday stash that I found on Russia, or in Russia.
Yeah. So Drools is like, I found this mother load. He sends me a link.
Yeah.
I go to this link. It gave me chlamydia.
Yeah.
And then this foreign language shows up. I've watched enough movies to go, this is probably Russian. I'm like, I don't see like a search bubble to like type in anything. Like I'm like, my browser's shitty apparently and won't let me translate. So I'm like, oh. So yeah, I found like worldwides and main events, and I'm like, I'm coasting with that one in the meantime. And the upcoming Saturday nights are available.
Well, I'll start. I think I can. I think we can figure this out. I'll put it that way. I think I can figure this out. Just like we did with the Japan show, which was in very similar condition, but I just went ahead and snagged that one for us there. So yeah, I'll just do that going forward because that's easy. I can do that, at a time. And you know what? This is a great way for me to be like, this is how we're going to watch it. We're not watching fucking 9 weeks in a row. We'll like start breaking it up like, a month at a time, like human beings, not like fucking Turner Broadcasting. So I'm just going to talk about the highlights of the show from that week that I watched. And I think, you know what? I like it this way though, too, in a way, because you see something I don't, but things will flow and then things will not flow, because I know that based on literally just between WCW's things don't flow. So it's a fucking mess, dude. And of course, I'm sure your show began just like mine with the big fucking Sting, Rick Rude and the sick. No? Yeah. What? You didn't see this 80 times?
You think they would have brought that up at some point?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah. You keep talking. I have to check something out on film-wise.
Dude, I love this because your boy and ours, everyone's boy, K. Allen Fry, is standing next to the brand new world champion Sting, and K. Allen looking dapper, and he's got his Coke paper cup, which, hey, I'm not gonna make claims for anybody, but I'd like to believe that there's some libations in there. And then Sting is in a sweet white tee and new face paint. He touched his face paint up and took a fucking shower, and they went, let's go do a fake press conference as an angle. And everyone went, fuck yeah, like 1 a.m. probably.
That's his fancy face paint, dude. Leave him alone.
I forgot, dude. It's formal
face
paint.
He busted out for special events. Okay, so yeah, Jesse Ventura is backstage.
Fuck yeah.
He's on the blue carpet.
Yeah.
No red carpet. He's on a blue carpet.
WCW.
And there's so many reporters there. Like there's a lot of reporters there or whatever. Reporters, people with cameras and stuff like that. And Jesse Ventura's like, "Oh, I got Tony Schiavone here. Let me see if I can get Tony." I'm like, "He's fucking Tony Schiavone. What else does he have to do?" And then, so Jesse gets Tony for approximately a second and a half. "Tony, come here, Tony. Come here. Tony, with the main event." Oh, wait. Oh, Sting's coming out now.
Oh, never mind, Jabron.
What?
Yeah.
Why did we spend so much time doing that? Okay. Yeah, Sting comes out. It talks about his title. Stupid questions. What did you guys say before the match to each other? And Sting's like, not good at these things. Like, we just said what guys do. And we said, "Hey, man, it's time." And he said, "Yeah, man, it's time." And I said, "Ready to go?" And he said, "Yeah, I'm ready to go." And we went.
And we went, bro.
Yeah, so Sting's up there. Okay. And then Rick Rude and Paul E appear with red drink.
Yeah.
Red drink. They show up and Rick Rude's like, "We both
Red
won
drink.
tonight. I beat you before. You're my boy, kind of."
Yeah.
Prepares a toast to Sting. Sting does not bow down to peer pressure.
Mm-mm.
He says, "No, Rick Rude, I will not imbibe alcohol after having a match 10 minutes ago."
Yeah, go fuck yourself, bro.
And then they get into a fight and they start a brawl, right?
Mm-hmm.
This brawl, okay, we've talked previously about how Dusty gets his ideas from watching movies.
Right.
You know
thing.
what movie he watched here. You know what movie he watched here, right?
I'm not sure 100%. It reminds JFK. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, kind of like it's almost kind of like the Seinfeld thing of backing to the left, like the different angles they have up. They're kind of doing it like this Zapruder film almost, right? And breaking it down because they start here and then over the course of the next 2 weeks, they're like, we have to analyze it because all of a sudden, when did Nikita Koloff come out and what was his involvement? What's going on? Because
oh my god, that was horrible.
Okay, please, what is WCW's obsession with tuxedos?
I don't know. They think it looks badass and it looks lame, dude. Every kid we knew that showed up to the dance in a full legit tuxedo, let's be real, we bullied that kid. Okay? We can lie, but that's how it is.
Last show we recorded, I remember partially.
Yeah. Yeah.
JYD was in the crowd in a tuxedo. If I recall correctly, a white tuxedo, maybe.
Yes.
So JYD is watching wrestling in the crowd, like he has popcorn in his hand with a tuxedo on, right? And then there's a big brawl when Sting and okay, I'll get to that in a second. Sting and Rick start brawling and start wrestling. Rick Rude owns them.
Yeah.
Rick Rude
controls him.
Yeah. Front guard just holds him. Sting cannot wrestle because Rick owns his ass. It's amazing. I know I said I don't care about who wins these, but that was pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, it was so badass.
It was like wrestling your little brother when you have 60 pounds on him. So they're going at it. Yeah, and all of a sudden it's like Bobby and Arn and Steve show up in tuxedos. And I'm like, wait a minute. Okay, so these guys wrestle, shower, and then go, "Oh, let me put on my to leave tuxedo."
Yeah.
My post SuperBrawl 3 tuxedo. Like, why the fuck are you guys serving the drinks to the reporters? Are you like double timing it? I don't understand why they're in tuxedos.
Dude.
The people doing the interviews aren't in tuxedos.
No, Jesse Ventura's in a Grateful Dead t-shirt or something and a fucking bandana.
Yeah, but this is absolutely, I looked it up. December 20th, 1991, JFK came out.
Okay, yeah.
Dusty totally saw JFK. It was like, yes, this is going to be our. And then, they just keep adding it too because Nikita comes out to kind of save Sting's butt because the rest of the faces take their good old time. Untuxedoed. Only bad guys wear tuxedos, I guess.
Yeah, that's all.
But yeah, it was stupid. Yeah, I put out Rick proposes a toast. Sting won't be peer pressured. Tuxedos and suits, and then Rick out wrestles the fuck out of them. You throw in whatever you want to this recurring event we see week after week with a slight again. Oh, let's look at it from this angle.
Yeah,
hey, what happened here? It's like I don't know, guys. Sting got his ass whooped. I don't know what to tell you.
It's a great angle, right? For what it is, it's great. but it's also like
It's
I
cool
got
it's pounded into the ground.
it's so pounded into the ground, man.
I'm sad Tony still doesn't have his mustache.
I know.
It occurred to me, like, because I was watching the Worldwide from 3/7. He's sitting in front of a green screen. It's obvious. And I'm like, I need to have this in front of an actual arena. But he's in front of a green screen with his no mustache. Bagwell takes on George South. And I was like, did George South always look like this? It just didn't match with me anymore. Barry Windows with Eric, nothing. Barry's got nothing.
Barry's so fucking wooden here, man. I'm like, what happened to you, man?
I mean, you know what happened? His family went to jail.
His spirit was broken.
His spirit was broken and it never recovered. Young Pistol Tracy versus Dustin. Young Pistol Tracy, he's a real jerk now. He's leaning into his heel gimmick. But his music slaps.
He fucking
his
rules,
music
man.
actually slaps.
Yeah.
And one thing that I feel like is missing from wrestling today is there are not enough atomic drops.
No.
Bring back the atomic drop, guys. I know we have the kick in the nuts, the underhand uppercut to the nuts, but I want a good old atomic drop back.
Here's what I want to know. I want an atomic drop back. How much did you see of the light heavyweight division? I know it's hot and heavy. Did you see a whole lot of light heavyweight shit going on? And what I mean by that is the Richard Morton, Brian Pillman angle for a week and a half for no reason.
There is so much where I'm just like, guys, between Mark Marrow, Richard Morton, and Brian Pillman, just like, I mean, and it feels like they're like Brian Pillman's kind of going and they're going to do a turn, and people kind of like Johnny now, but it's just weird. It's just this title that's just like nobody cares, and it's just three people fighting over it.
It's so funny.
One thing that's the one thing that like was, I feel like signaled the beginning of the era is Vader.
Yes.
Finally.
Yes.
Vader the Beast unleashed. Vader's with Harley, with JR. He has got the mask on. He's just a beast, scary as fuck.
He's killing, man.
And I just wrote down finally.
Yeah.
Like, we've been pussyfooting around Vader for like a fucking year and a half at this point. Give me balls to the wall, but big Van Vader.
And we have him, and they, I mean, like I said, the big angle, I think, in this like little like 3-week span that we watch is easily fucking Vader just snaps on Sting. And I want to say that's like what, the 314 worldwide or something like that. I think they said, or maybe WCW Pro. Oh, well, there's another angle which we'll get to that is very bizarre.
The one thing I really appreciated getting into this was just like Vader and Rick want the title.
Yeah.
It's not like one person going, "Oh, it's not my time yet." Vader's like, "Fuck y'all. I'll fight both of you at the same time. I don't give a shit.
I'm
I will
jumping
rip
the
you in
line."
half."
Yeah, for sure.
That's fine. That amazing Vader segment is followed up by the Tailor-Made Man versus Z-Man.
Fuck that, dude.
Which is basically proof there's no God. Yeah. I don't need this anymore in my life. Z-Man is off the juice.
Oh, what a shame. I bet he looks terrible off the juice too, because he has a tag here.
Well, and the thing is, right, it's like he was a muscle guy. And now when you don't have the muscles and you don't really have the talent, you're just a guy. But he's definitely off the juice. Tailor-Made Man's dressed like a ring announcer. I like Rick and Vader won the title. Dragon Steamboat does not want me to do roids.
No, he doesn't like them either.
And Paulie is not a ninja. He lets us know that.
Yes.
And Rick Rude is now the Dragon Slayer, which is pretty dope.
That's badass. Do you know what else he said about the ninja thing, though? Rick Rude on commentary, for Saturday night, amazing, dude. He's so good here. It's a shame we lost him as young as we did, because you can hear like, oh, he would have been sick at color. Like, he would have been the best color guy. He would have been like Nigel with a Minnesota accent is kind of how he comes off. Because at one point he says, Whatever. JR is like, you're really gonna fucking tell me that Paul Lee's not the ninja? We saw him in the ninja outfit. Like, that's another one that they drill on Saturday night for fucking a month, is we're gonna figure out. You talk about JFK, it makes sense, because that's the conspiracy part, is him being the ninja. And I'm like, why do we still care, bro? We don't care at all. And one of the lines here, and I went, what? He says, if he would have had my mother's dress on, would it have made him my mother? We were having a ninja party, JR. That is a direct quote from Rick Rude on commentary. What is that?
It's a lot going on there. A ninja party. I don't want to get into that. I don't want to further investigate the situation. I'm good. I don't need that. I've already heard of Epstein file stuff. I don't even know what's going on at a ninja party.
Do you want to know what the match was that he was commentating, though? You're about to be even more upset. It was Stunning Steve defending the television title against Van Hammer, dude. Yikes.
Yeah. And you know, I actually, from my viewing, I don't think I got any Van Hammer, but I did get JT Southern.
Oh, I got JT Southern's debut on TBS.
I kind of already like him better than Van Hammer.
Way better. He was a good wrestler. He was a good indie guy.
But he was I'll get to him later at some point. But yeah, he just talk shit in the ring. Like he was like a shitty heel. I liked him. We get a Steve Austin versus Barry match here.
Oh, that rule.
And there's a lot of moves on the mats outside, and I'm calling that the Mickfluence.
Yeah.
From Mick Foley just opening up that floor mat-based offense, because those guys are out there fucking hitting it. At the end of the match, Barry goes for a superflex. Medusa holds his leg, which of course causes a pinfall. Then the Cruncher shows up. And then Dustin shows up.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh God, Steve, no. Even though I have to admit, Steve's title reign is very lackluster, because just no good contenders for him, you know?
Yeah.
It's we feel like Rick Steiner would have been a dope ass feud we could have gotten into, but here we got nothing. And then Eric is with Greg the Hammer, and Taylor Made Man. And I don't know why Terrence doesn't get along with Richard and Thomas anymore. And just how many chances has Terry Taylor gotten to get over?
It's too many, man.
This man, they just keep trying to do some angle. They don't change it that much, but it's just no, nothing. And we don't care about a flying 5-arm. None of it amuses us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, it's so weird, man. And now we're throwing fucking the albatross on Greg Valentine right off the bat. Why does he gotta be the albatross of Terry fucking Taylor, dude? Who gives a shit about Terry Taylor? It's so crazy to me.
I was watching Greg Valentine in 85, and he seemed like he was 54 years old.
Right.
I don't know if he's just one of those guys who just looks old, but that motherfucker looked old.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's Arn Anderson with hair.
Yeah, he is, for sure.
He looks like your aunt's roommate of 40 years.
What's her name?
Oh, good Lord.
But yeah, well, how about this? Did you get any of the DDP has unraveled a conspiracy angle that I got on TBS?
No, I don't believe
you will love this, because it makes no fucking sense. So it starts off with Bischoff interviewing DDP, and it's cold. There's an empty arena, no reason for it. And he starts rambling about Terry, Gordy, and Dr. Death, and how they're coming. They're saying they're not going to come to WCW, but they're coming. And K. Allen Fry he's covering it up. And then the next week they do this thing where it's he was suspended and we have a big release about everything he said's fake. And I'm sitting here going, well, why is this how you're promoting them coming in, for one? And then what does DDP have to do with it? Dude, it was so weird. And then he interrupts Stunning Steve and Medusa, and this is the weirdest part. He's like, I'm not fucking suspended, and Doug Dillinger comes out, drags him out, right? Great. And then Stunning Steven Medusa just cut a promo like he never just like interrupted him. It was fucking weird, dude. It was
you don't even exist.
No, and I'm like, what is the purpose of this? Because they do come in later in the summer, so like you knew that. Why didn't you just make a fucking video like any other sane company would? Oh my god.
Like DDP is just aimless at this point as well.
Yeah.
They keep trying with Kevin. Nash at this point is the Vinny Vegas character, and we know that's very long for this world.
Yeah,
but like it's just interesting. But yeah, Z-Man and Terrence are out here getting every chance in the world, and
fucking horrible, dude.
All right, main event.
Yeah,
I don't know if you got to this main event 3-8. Magnum is back. He is not better.
No, Magnum's terrible still.
This is so bad.
You can see it already. The Jesse politic influence, not even on his own, but you see how just adding him to the equation, you can see where people are starting to be like, well, I want to do this show, and then I want to do, aka JR doesn't want anything to do with syndication, and if he has to do it, he doesn't want to do anything with Jesse. Like, you can just see it. There's like this weird thing going on. So of course that means Magnum's back, and it's like, oh fuck, great.
I'm just like, it's just weird. He just like disappeared a year ago. He was here. He disappeared, and now he's back, and just not better at all. The first match of the show is Barry and Dustin versus Rip Rogers and somebody. My only comment really was just that Rip Rogers looks like an unsexy Kip Sabian.
Yes, and he rules. He would have been great. He got really over in All Japan. So the whole thing is he goes to All Japan as like an underneath guy, and the crowd loves him. And like Bob is like, I don't want to bring him back. But the fans literally like popped so hard for him the whole tour that he had to bring him back for another one. He didn't get another one after that. But it's like, that's Rip Rogers' whole thing. All he did is the right thing. And it was like, we already got it.
Whatever. More commercials. The Super Nintendo Super Scope.
Dude.
With 6 games.
Hey, remember, it isolates a single television pixel, Jim.
Woo! I tried to look up to see how successful it was. It sounds like not very successful.
Not at all.
It seems like approximately 10 games made for it. So
yeah.
And then they mentioned the Game Genie, which was this thing that you use, and it kind of like you get like crazy codes and do crazy shit in your games. So yeah, they had a couple of those commercials. So I would be fascinated to know from your nerd research, what is the demos for these shows, because they treat it like it's a 12-year-old audience.
Oh, absolutely.
And I'm just wondering if that's actually true or not, because it's just, they really hit that hard. The lightweight division, the whole lightweight division is in a tag team match.
Yeah.
Where it's Richard and Johnny B. Bad versus Brad Armstrong and Flying Brian. At the end, basically, it's a Johnny face turn because he turns on Richard. Cool. Whatever. And then actually, and it's led me to a question, because the upcoming was like it was a Bond Saturday or something. I need to know, who is your James Bond?
Oh, that's got to be Pierce Brosnan, actually.
Okay.
Pierce Brosnan. Yeah, Pierce Brosnan, because GoldenEye, man. My generation GoldenEye was the game. So.
Yes, mine's Roger Moore. Because kids get HBO, and they're playing the Roger Moore HBO, James Bond movies. So that's who mine is. So it's like just always interesting. I'm not saying you judge a person, but it's almost like one of those Gen X divide things. It's like, who's your Bond? That's who it is.
Oh, if you're a Craig, if you say Craig to me and you're a grown person, I'm gonna definitely judge you. I'm gonna be like, what are you talking about? You never saw 007 before him? You're weird. Where have you been?
Weirdo. Seriously. Worldwide 314. Steiner's versus Dangerous Alliance. Ooh, sounds like it'd be great. Larry and Bobby. Cool.
Let's go.
Last 20 seconds.
It didn't matter.
Frankenstein for the win.
Dude, that's
after the match.
Same thing. Same exact thing is going on the TBS shows too. They do a Larry, Bobby, Steiner's, and they like do it where the whole show, it's like 2 members of the Dangerous Alliance. And see, I can see where they taped. I bet you they taped all these matches the same day. And they're like, one of them will be 20 seconds bullshit. And then the other one will be like, the one I watched was 10 minutes. And then it just ended in a double DQ. And I was like, really? What the fuck was the point of any of that? Bobby taking a fucking belly to belly overhead that he didn't need to take? Like, get out of here, man. But yeah, a lot of that.
Yeah. And then after that match, Steiner's, we want Bobby and Arn. Okay, cool. I don't know. I mean, you fought everybody in the alliance, so
yeah.
And then that match ends so fast that Bagwell versus Mike Thor happens to fill time.
Oh,
because they needed to bring out an emergency match.
Uh-huh.
And so Marcus Alexander Bagwell versus Mike Thor was what we ended up with, and that match ends with Bobby and Arn attacking.
Not of course.
So yeah, like basically 40% of matches end with a Dangerous Alliance attacking somebody.
Somebody just gets attacked, man. That's what happens. Is if you're around the Dangerous Alliance, like just even in the periphery, you're going to get attacked by the Dangerous Alliance. That's what we've established at this point. So yeah. And again, not much else going on TBS. Literally the only thing going on, they threw JYD on Ron Simmons for a week, and it got grim. The very next week, they threw JYD with PN News instead, and I went, okay, that's better.
I'm living the righteous life. I don't think I got any PN News except for him telling me not to do steroids.
You're kidding. There's a him telling you not to do steroids?
No, wait. What was he doing? There was some ad where they all talked.
Yeah.
And I can't remember what PN News said. It was like,
don't do drugs, Daddy.
I don't know what it was. What the hell would they have been promoting? Like everybody kind of did like a line, and I think it rhymed. I almost feel like it was like a rap.
Oh, probably WrestleWar. WrestleWar, maybe.
Is that what it was? Okay.
I know they did a rap for WrestleWar. There's no way they didn't, dude.
Okay, so I kind of skipped a bit, and then I was at the 328 worldwide.
Yeah.
But that covers kind of the stuff in between. So I saw, the Vader attack.
Yes.
Which pretty badass, and that's where they start really zaprudeering the press conference film as well.
Yes, so they're stretching this shit for a month, buddy. That's all they're doing this month.
Did you catch who Nikita wanted to talk to?
No, because Nikita said, there is only one person I need to talk to, and until I do, I'm not talking to anyone. He literally said that to Eric Bischoff, and I'm like, okay, and he did kind of make it obvious it was Sting, because the last guy he feuded with was Sting and all that, but it's like, okay, why were you there? I will tell no one why I was at SuperBrawl. I was like, dude, this sucks. No one even cares.
Like you said, it's like this mystery thing that's like not a
so
mystery.
Weird, man.
But you know what? The one thing I do like is, like Nikita seems like Nikita again.
Yeah.
He seems like, at least kind of like 80% of what he used to be, as opposed to like that first comeback where, he wasn't quite ready for that comeback, but like seeing him in the ring and stuff like that, like he felt right again, which is nice.
Yes, he is finally not like just with hair Nikita, like playing almost like half American or something. And you're like, no, where's Nikita at? The only other thing I have that's like really pertinent is obviously JT Southern's debut, which was hilarious because he calls out Van Hammer and he's like, you think you can rock? And he hits this sick lick and you're like, all right, bro, I'm hearing you loud and clear, dude.
Immediately like him better.
Yeah. He plays for Van real. Yeah.
It's so funny. Oh God.
And then other than that, like I can't believe you didn't bring it up because it was on some syndication. Oh, two things. Hold on. We got to talk about the other big debut, which I think you missed. And I need to find a way. I'm going to clip it. You know what? I'm going to clip this and send it to you directly on fucking Discord, dude, because it's so good. But before that is the big Steamboat Hangs Rick Rude angle. Did you see any of this? Maybe the last week. Okay. This is, let me tell you what they did on TBS. So they showed the pro like replay and you're like, okay, that's kind of cool. Until JR literally says, he strung him up on the highest tree he could find. And I went, oh no, that's way too learned from you. And then I swear to God, I'm not even being funny. The next match was a Ron Simmons match. And I went, ooh, that feels a little too like on the nose of what WCW was about, you know. So that was creepy. The angle I'm fine with, honestly, because it's like the heel getting comeuppance and it's cool, but
so you got to like where Steamboat's like face was busted open on the ground.
Yes.
Yeah,
Beat
like
the fuck out of him and shit.
They
Heavy.
They had it all blurkled on the screen. I think that's probably the early blurkle technology. So they're like, I can pixelate that out now.
It ruled.
But yeah, pretty good stuff there.
It was really good. And then, of course, the other thing, the TBS debut of Scotty Flamingo, one future Raven brother, his first promo. Let me just give you some lines from this promo. Ladies, pick your chins up off the floor. It's Scotty Flamingo. We are on the Flamingo Man World Tour. There's a spark that's starting to flame in the light heavyweight division. Boys, something about boys. Oh my God, it's so bad, dude. And by the way, he's rhyming this whole time, and it took me painfully long to understand he's rapping. So this is, of course, early 92. Rippity Rap is like really getting heavy with like Public Enemy and all that. So he's rapping, bro. PN News, fucking stand to the side. Scotty Flamingo is fucking here, dude. He's also...
does that basically guarantee us a PN News versus Scotty Flamingo?
I hope so.
Since we're getting Van Hammer versus JT Southern, it's just everybody has like their Wario that they're wrestling.
It's fucking beautiful, man. It's so fucking insane. It's not even bad. It's just very dated more than anything. It's so dated. You're like, oh my God. So yeah, that was the other thing that I had that I really had to get out there to the universe. It was fucking, I'm telling you, man, it's some of the best, like, ooh, he definitely got it together later, but here, damn, this guy is like off, you know? He's like a good year and a half off.
I mean, like,
it's crazy, man.
Like, no, just they're throwing him out there. Figure it out, kid.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
What's my character? Okay, cool.
I
Back
mean,
to the main event?
Yeah, let's go. Let's fucking get into the Japan and the whole thing here, just real quick. It's the WCW Japan Super Show 2 in America, and that is because this is the January 4th New Japan show. Cut up a little bit because it was a joint show. And it was aired, from what I am kind of deduced from the TBS comments about the show, I think that it was thrown on pay-per-view around the 21st of March. It had to have been in that week. So that's why I was like, let's watch the 21st and we're good. It's in the Tokyo Dome, of course, so immediately 5 stars to every match. And we started off with a New Japan Junior Heavyweight 6-man. It was Jushin Liger, Masashi Aoyagi, and Akira against Hiro Saito, Super Strong Machine, and Norio Honaga. It fucking ruled. It was great. You know, it's like what you see on AEW now, kind of hit a couple levels down a little bit. But, you know, like guys like Hiro Saito and Liger rule.
Yeah, no, it was the last time we watched the Japanese show, the Japanese Super Show. That same energy, that opening, 6-man, kind of get it going. My one, I think, big issue with the show is not giving us the cool ass entrances. And I don't know if it's us watching an edited down version or if this is how it's it seems like this is how it's broadcast. Yeah. And so, like, you don't get like an entrance from Liger, right? So it's like but no, it's a fun opening match, and gets the crowd kind of riled up a little bit, and exciting for at least 2 of the competitors. The other guys are kind of more the typical grounded, strong style wrestlers. But yeah, Akira is something cool, and then Liger, can't argue with that.
And I'll tell you, the guy that impressed me, his name is Hiro Saito. He was the bleach blonde heel. He took some fucking punishment in this thing. He really impressed me as well. Yeah, and then of course we keep getting the sweet JR and Shivani, not at all in a soundstage in Atlanta shots in front of a green screen. I love that. The Tokyo Dome is where we're at, JR says. And then we get go ahead.
Yeah, it's one of those things where the commentary is noticeably better.
Yeah.
Because they have, they're like they kind of give us like, stuff on like the background of the Japanese wrestlers, but the commentary, for me, it was noticeably better than the usual crap we get.
For sure. They knew, like you said, they were prepared. They had far enough advance that they kind of had their shit together. JR kind of honed in. He couldn't talk about American football much because it's fucking sumo and judo guys, basically. So, it was much better. And this match ruled. It was the Enforcers against Michiyoshi Ohara and Shiro Koshinaka. And I said, Arn Anderson and Shiro Koshinaka are like the same human being from different worlds. Like, when you kind of break down New Japan and you realize like Shiro was like a big player in the background and backstage. He was one of the bookers at one point in the 90s. And of course a junior heavyweight legend, but never really broke out into top guy level, just like with Arn. And saddled with somebody that was more over than him, like guys like Choshu and whoever, like the Fujinami, guys that were above him that he kind of, it's like almost like fealty. He's like, yeah, what am I going to do? I'm not going to get to that point. And they wrestle each other here and it's great. I loved this match. I thought it was great.
Yeah, it was great. They mentioned a commentary that it's the Cruncher and Arn, and they mentioned that like the Dangerous Alliance is interchangeable.
Yes.
So kind of getting that story across, kind of like almost like, the replacements, is kind of, we can mix it up whichever way. Rick Rude and Arn Anderson are a team now. Boom. So they're kind of laying that for us. And Ohara, they make a mention at his first time wrestling at this weight, wrestling somebody of this weight, and then he's very young. So, really laying some, good groundwork for who he is as a character and, leads us, through the match. So like I said, the announcers are actually doing a good job. That's how I can tell it wasn't recorded live. So,
this is really good. Yeah. And you had to do that because if this was live, they would be like, well, that Ohara guy, he kind of looks kind of goofy. I mean, let's be real. JR can't do that. And I don't know if he ever could, but that's just how it is. And I understand, I guess, to a point, but I was really impressed with Ohara here, and they really did a good job of, like you said, the finish played into, he's the greenhorn and he got mixed up. Bam. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Enforcers leave with the win. Nothing wrong at all with it. And I was shocked at how much I liked the next match. Dusty coming out of retirement with Dustin to tag against Masa Saito and Kim Duck. Had no fucking idea who Kim Duck was going into this. He ruled. He was great. He was like an old school heel.
I called him Dustiny.
There we go.
And Dustin and Kim were sloppy as fuck at the open of the match, though.
Yes.
I think it's like a leapfrog, and it's like a leg. Like, they're like playing Twister in the air, almost like at the beginning. It's very sloppy to start up with. Mr. Saito, just badass because he's sitting there at the ring. He's
badass.
He's very Orange Cassidy in regards to, he's like, I'm not tagging in. Nah, Kim keeps coming over. Nah, I'm good, man. And then finally, Dusty tags in, and then takes, then gets Saito in the ring, and then they get out to the ramp and they're wrestling out there. Dusty looks like he's put on a few pounds.
I was gonna say shit.
Yeah. He's a big boy. He's a large man.
Yes.
But he's out there. Crowd likes him. One thing that they do get over to us in this match is that Japanese and Korean are two different languages. In case you weren't aware, Japanese and Korean are two different languages.
That is such a breakthrough, especially with JR. So I will say Saito and Dusty rolled together. Dusty like seizure sold at one point for Saito like he's Devon. And I was like, this rules, you know? And then when it started to not rule anymore, like what you said, where when Kim Duck got back in the ring, it went right to the Bulldog. 1, 2, 3. Dusty got that win. We got the fuck out of there.
Yeah, Dustin gets the pin. Good for you, buddy. The next match is exactly what we want.
Oh my God.
We get El Gigante, apparently on the show, though. There's Scott Norton.
Yes.
And Tony Halmy having a singles match. And Bill Kazmaier, glad I haven't seen him recently, versus Hashimoto. They did not air in the broadcast. Next match for us is Big Man Vader versus
El Gigante. And it sucks.
Okay. My first issue is no entrance. No entrance.
No, I know.
And the reason why my biggest issue is no entrance is because we end the match at his Steam shoulder pads. And it's like, I need to see you do that on the way to the ring for me to recognize that at the end. And so, that's the one that really said no. I was mad about the no entrance to start with Vader. Gante can start in the fucking ring. I don't give a shit.
Who gives a fuck?
Fans are cheering Vader.
Yes.
So like, fuck you, Elegante. They're definitely planting world title seeds for him. Throughout the show, they keep telling us like, "Oh, the Japanese crowd does not react," and but they fucking react for Vader.
Yeah, they
do that because they respect you. I'm like, no, you do because Elegante is a big piece of crap.
He sucks.
And of course, we can't have Elegante take a pin, so it's going to be a double count out. And again, he gets steamed at the end of the match.
That
we
rolled.
We didn't see like Chekhov's shoulder pads, but yeah, it did roll. And if that writes off Elegante forever, may you have fun in WWF land.
Please fuck off for life. And then another guy that fucked off for it wasn't life, sadly, but it was a couple of years there, 2, 3, was Lex Luger defending the WCW World Heavyweight Championship. Let's really just think for a second. This aired in March. After he dropped the title to Sting, they knew that when they did this show and decided to do it on delay. So he's defending the title against Masahiro Chono here. And we're not talking about it. And this was okay until it wasn't. Because it was cool. It was great. Chono was working the arm drags here. It was working with Luger. I was like, oh, he like watched the Steamboat Luger match from 89 or something. Like he definitely, okay. And then something fucking happens. Like Luger just runs into Chono at one point with he doesn't have his arm out. It's not a clothesline. He just runs into him and it fucks up the match for a good 5 minutes. And then they just kind of go home. And I'm like, wow. Okay. It was very weird.
It wasn't a strong match to start with. They're going back and forth. It's just this weird thing. Like Luger's the champion still. The one thing I appreciate about this match, there is a nut-based finish. Always a fan of that.
Right.
But they mentioned Luger gets kicked in the back of the head, and JR says Luger didn't prepare for karate kicks.
Yeah.
And one thing I love is it's that Lex Luger character consistency. Remember when he got interviewed and he's like, "No, I approach every match the same."
Oh, right.
He's stuck with that character trait of just, "No, I approach every match the same. I didn't expect kicks. That's not the only match I prepare for." So I just like that character consistency for Lex right through his end run. Applause for me.
Fucking amazing. And then I did not know they were going to put this on the show because for whatever reason on Wikipedia everywhere, it does not show that they aired this, but they did. It is title versus title technically. Riki Choshu coming into with the greatest 18 championship, which it's just a nothing belt for him to look cool, against Fujinami, who is the IWGP champ. Title versus title.
What do you mean? The luxurious greatest 18 club championship that was established September 29th, 1990 and retired August 16th, 1992?
And how many champions were there?
2.
Okay. Yeah. Crazy. Kind of like the TNA Legends title.
It would seem like the second one was Muda and he won it. It was just like, I don't need this shit.
100%. Oh, I think because he won it with the IWGP and they finally went, what are we doing? So this is, you know, for nerds of New Japan, this is a big deal because Riki Choshu and Fujinami is a huge feud in the history of New Japan. And this is fine. They're definitely older than they used to be. Fujinami, of course, had a horrible back injury in '88 that he never really came back from. And Choshu was never like the top guy ever in the ring necessarily. He was good, but it is what it is. I thought it was a fine match, but it was definitely like in the vein of like the older Cena matches where they're just doing moves because that's what they can do now and kind of just put things together. It's not bad. You know, Choshu gets caught in a lot of Dragon Sleepers. They really do a lot of stuff. And then Choshu just hits like 2 or 3 lariats in a row. Puts down Fujinami, wins both belts. There's the respect thing at the end. So it's definitely like in hindsight, like Choshu definitely made a power play here in the back. And they were like, all right, I think he ends up booking after this out of this. Like he ends up being the guy. That's just how Japan was. So very interesting. It's cool to see. Not their best work, though, I would say.
I mean, yeah, I enjoyed the match. I mean, so when you look at kind of the show as a whole, right? You're like, oh, if there's like 4 good matches, you know, what is it? But I was definitely surprised that this match was here because I would have like assumed like, oh, it's just like throwing it out to an audience that knows nothing on a pay-per-view. That's pretty fucking bold, actually, right? But seeing that it wasn't in the pay-per-view, but was in the pay-per-view, it's just weird. I don't know.
Really weird.
Cool. We saw it.
Yeah, and it was great. I'm glad that we watched it. And then we have, of course, the main event. And it's like the Steiner brothers match, right? Like they were so over at this time that New Japan's like, tag match with the Steiners main event. And we're like, all right. And who are you going to throw against them? Sting and Muta together. Huge deal for 92. And this ruled. Friends. Yeah, they're buddies. Muta in the blue. This ruled. They did every move ever. There's a fucking belly to belly overhead off the top to Muta. They do dives everywhere. Yeah, this is what you want out of the Steiners against Sting and Muta.
Yeah. I mean, it's as good as wrestling as you're going to see at this time.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, 4 of the 8 best wrestlers that have been in WCW over the last like 4 years.
Easily.
Like it's just how do you not succeed with that? But yeah, it's fun. Muta and Sting as a team. It's just so weird, right?
Cool,
Muta and Sting as a team, and they're taking out the Steiners. Like they're friends and they can wrestle. In Japan, you can wrestle each other. That's kind of cool. As opposed to being so fucking taboo, you know. So no, good time. I mean, I think if you were a person who orders the pay-per-views at this time, this is one you'd be happy with.
Definitely, you'd be like, wow, like this is crazy. And that's it. Fucking they win. There's a weird like double pin thing, but they give it to Sting and Muta because it's again political and Japanese, and it is what it is. It was a great match, and I thought it was a perfect main event considering that the other 2 title matches were very whatever. And that is that, man. So I am glad we did this little stop because it would have been fucking miserable to go through, because now I'm going to look up the Clash of the Champions coming up.
Is it Clash or is it War Games?
I have no fucking clue. So that's what I got to figure out here.
I think what I'm seeing next is War Games.
Oh,
WrestleWar 92 War Games on May 17th.
Okay. Oh, God.
War Games.
So we're still going to have to watch 2 months of fucking TV.
How much do you think will change? Okay, let's see where we get to. Nothing that I'm interested in, huh? Super Invader with Harley Race, awesome. Did you notice who they didn't have doing the steroid thing? The Patriots. Those guys didn't do the steroid.
They're not anywhere.
Those guys weren't telling me to stay off steroids for some reason. Oh, Flying Brian versus Z-Man.
Oh, fuck me, dude. No way.
IWGP Tag Team Title #1 Contendership title. Let me read this again. IWGP Tag Team Title #1 Contendership non-title match.
Beautiful. I love that.
That's a lot of fucking words.
That's some Kip Allen Fry shit right there, man.
And a War Games match. Dangerous Alliance versus Sting Squadron.
One of the greatest of all times. One of the greatest War Games of all times. So, God, I can't believe it. I'm still trying to, like, make sure you're right. Because, man, I don't want you to be right. But I think you're right. All right, yeah, May 17th. Oh, God, there is not one class. What is the deal with fucking... You know, I want to bitch about a company 30 plus years after they've died. Or actually 20 plus years after they've died. But 30 plus years after the fact. What is the deal here with no Clash? Like, that was your thing, man. Well, either way.
These assholes thinking about us. You know?
Yeah, like,
think
what
about
are we
us,
doing?
assholes.
Yeah, think about us in 2026, you fucking pieces of shit. Anyway, that is that. I have nothing else to add. I think it was a fun little watch. I think things are getting better. And yeah, so per usual, you're the JIMDB on all the cool socials, Blue Sky and Threads, all that good stuff. And then I am Troubles Rest everywhere, finally, for the love of God. Troubles Weekly on Substack. Keep listening to this insanity. It's only going to get crazier. It's WCW. That's the best part. It doesn't even matter if we have like an off week or we like fuck something up. It's like, yeah, that's WCW. That's the whole thing here, folks, from Crockett to Chaos. That's what you clicked on, you know?
We bring the chaos.
We bring the chaos. All right, that's fucking terrible. But I love how I just made fun of Scotty Flamingo for 5 minutes, and then I did the Scotty Flamingo. So until next time, enjoy what you love. Life's too short. Be nice to people. Don't be a piece of shit. Boots don't taste that good, trust me. Wait, what does that mean? What does that say about me? Anyway,
you've never met Mr. Celebria.
Yeah, hold on. Anyway, have a good one.